not just doing this just to be doing this. Like, this is birthed out of what I've overcome. For me, the biggest challenge was growing up in the church and meeting the expectations of being the granddaughter of a pastor, be a church girl, quote unquote, but still trying to find my identity in the wrong things. I was trying to be something that I wasn't. Sometimes being different is not fun. It ain't fair, they say, but when you're chosen to be different, you stand out. Different for me was just basically being okay with accepting me with all of my flaws and being unique. And then when I realized that I wasn't slow, I just have a different perspective on things. And so that's what really made me unique growing up. And I realized that I had a sense of humor. And I was living my best life, quote unquote, out there, basically not living up to my purpose. And so it took me a year to realize that God still had a purpose for me. And I remember one day God spoke to me just as clear as day, like me talking to you. And he was just like, what are you doing? Like, why are you here? You're supposed to be different. And I remember just crying because for the first time I could hear the heart of God telling me, like, I still called you, I still chose you, but you're still acting like everybody else when you're not supposed to. Immediately after that, I was like, I need to leave Houston. I've traveled before, went to the airport, never saw this sign. I felt like this sign came out of nowhere. I looked to the right, and on the sign it said Lorraine Liberty. And I immediately burst in tears because I knew God was speaking to me because my middle name is Lorraine. When I got to a place where I found out who I was, to be honest, none of this was even in the thought process. I won't think about starting no organization. I won't think about doing this. I was not. I just told you I was just living my best life. And then the Lord started dealing with a sister and was like, you need to get yourself together. It took me about 4 years before I got to the place that I said yes to God. Sometimes we allow our mistakes to define us, and God had to make me realize that my mistakes was just creating a message for me to share so that another young girl don't go through or make the choices that I made. I'm grateful that I didn't die in it, but I survived. God get the glory because I'm not the person. That's the thing. I'm not the person I used to be, And so the people that know me know my story. So I'm not perfect, but definitely not perfect. And that was the one thing that I was worried about, was being ashamed of the things that I did. I basically let people know the person that I used to be out there in the streets, I'm not trying to be that no more. I'm trying to be different. I think before I did it out of fear because I didn't want to go to hell. This time it was because I had a change of heart. What I'm doing now is really me living out what I had to overcome to get to this place where I'm at. When God gave me the vision, He gave me the name. And so the whole thing with Beautiful Rose is, as women, when a man gives us flowers, typically what do they usually give you? Bouquet of roses. A lot of times we value roses as beauty or love. As a beautiful rose, it's like, no, you don't need this outside validation that you're beautiful. You are the flower, you are the rose. And the significance of a rose is, if you ever seen a rose, it's a lot of different petals. And each petal that kind of falls off, it reveals another unique beauty on the inside. Beautiful Rose Club is basically a rose identifying her new beauty in God. How many of us need more confidence? Right?
And so tonight, we are here to celebrate these young ladies.
For me, I was going through things, and I just wish the youth leader, the pastor, the minister, somebody, anybody was like, hey baby, I don't know what's going on with you, but come here. I don't care who you are, who you related to. Come here. Let's have a conversation. But I didn't get that. So now I tell people that I've connected with in church, like, you have to give young people a safe space, you know, to feel like they can talk and not feel judged.
BRC really has been a safe space, and I said that tonight for not just me but a lot of young women, just to feel comfortable, to obviously get that reminder that they're fearfully and wonderfully made, that they are a rose and they're going to go through different processes, they're going to go through different cycles, and they're going to go through different layers, and they're just going to see everything that has been birthed in them from when they were born. They grow in Christ.
I just want to encourage young people in knowing that you may not always get it right, but as long as you got God, that will change your whole outcome and change how you see yourself. God is everything. When I think about God, I think of a life changer. I think of a father. God has been everything. God really showed me that everything that I have went through, it brought me even closer to Him. It's hard to describe the creator of all things, but most importantly, God is the reason why I'm here today.